Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 3. We will explain about one of the production problem that is produced water. Before we dive into the explanation, I'll introduce you with our team members. The first one is Lathifah Sukmo Putri. Second is me. My name is Elsabrina. Then Qemal Irsyad, Trilis Rahayu, and the last is Olvie, Joebelin, Oraplawal. And this is the outline, what we will explain today. The first is overview, then the reason, the treatment, and the last is the conclusion.
Product water refers to the water that comes up to the surface along with oil and gas during the extraction process from the reservoir. It is a byproduct of oil and gas production and is considered one of the largest waste streams in the oil and gas industry. Crude oil production from Asian oil fields is normally sustained by various enhanced oil recovery or EOR ways as water injection, polymer injection, and alkaline surfactant polymer injection or ESP. One of the main Asian fields, 19% water cut in Oman, is considered for this study. This field is being operated with water flood for more than 15 years. In order to enhance the oil recovery in this field, chemical oil recovery or COR using polymer flood was implemented in 2010 by Petroleum Development Oman or PDO company.
For the next is the reason how the water can produce in oil and gas wells. As we know, in the production phase of oil and gas, wells are drilled to extract the hydrocarbons from the reservoir. During this process, water can coexisting with oil and gas in the reservoir can also be produced. This water originates from the geological formation where the oil and gas are found, and is often contains various impurities and contaminants such as dissolved gases, solids, minerals, and the chemical compounds. Produced water can vary widely in composition depending on the specific characteristic of the reservoir or the rocks. If the rocks originated from the sea, and the water likely to be saline, but the rocks from the lake, rivers, or the estuaries may be contain fresher water.
Okay, hello, I'm Kemal, and in here I want to describe about the treatment that we use to solve the problem, especially produced water. So, before this slide, we already know about what is the produced water and why it can be happen to our well. So in here we have two treatment that can use to solve the produced water problem. The first is gravity separation and flotation, and the second is chemical treatment. Okay, for the first method that we can use to solve the problem, especially produced water, is gravity separation and flotation. Gravity separation was a primary method for treating produced water. According to Stokes' law, gravity causes oil droplets to rise to the surface when buoyancy, gravity, and drag force are balanced. This method has limitations, especially for smaller droplets. And then flotation, to enhance gravity separation, flotation technology is employed. Gas bubbles are introduced, taking to oil droplet and reducing their density. This process increasing the size of the oil droplets, making them more amenable to separation. Flotation performance is linked to the size of oil droplets, with optimal result typically achieved when the droplet size is greater than 25 microns. Okay, it is the picture that we can use to imagine about what is gravity separation. So the principle of gravity separation is we use the difference between fluid density. So the fluid with lower density will go up and the fluid with heavier density will go down. And you can imagine it when we produce the crude oil because the crude oil have water and also crude the oil. So it blended and we produce it. So by using this gravity separation, we can make the oil will go up because the oil have lower density than the water, and water will go down because they have higher density than oil. So we can take the oil about their feet, the height level of the oil. So we can take the oil from this method. Okay, next is flotation. So flotation is used to enhance gravity separation. And example in that case, we have the crude oil that contain water and oil, also sediment like sand that is blended. And in that case, the oil have higher density than water, so the oil will go down because they have higher density. And flotation is used to make that to solve that problem because so the flotation is we inject the gas to the oil. So when gas and oil mix, they will have lower density than before. So it can make the oil that have lower density will go up because they already have lower their density, and also water will go down. That is the principle of flotation. So we inject or we introduce the gas to the oil and they are mixed and lower than their density, and finally they can go up and the water will go down and they will separate. And in here we can also see that with optimal result typically achieved when the droplet size is greater than 25 micron. It is the rules that we must do if we want the best result. So this method, this flotation method will work with well if we use this to the oil that have the droplet size is greater than 25 micron. If we do this when we have the oil that half size is lower than 25 microns, the flotation method will not go with well.
Next is chemical treatment. Chemical treatment is another method for the produced water treatment. Flocculation and coagulation is one type of chemical treatment where the chemical is added to increase the oil droplet size. One of the methods used for treating the produced water contaminated by polymer is chemical treatment. Aluminum sulfate was selected as a coagulation agent to chemically treat the produced water. Produced water with the polymer and produced water with the ASP. In general, using aluminum sulfate as a coagulant is more effective to treat the produced water which includes polymer with concentration less than 500 ppm.
Okay, next, for the conclusion of this paper, we get several things that are the study evaluated technologies for treating oil production water with polymers, and production water with ASP. Ceramic membrane were effective in treating production water from heavy oil, but had a low recovery factor due to membrane fouling. Coagulation with aluminum sulfate was effective for treating oil production water with polymers, but ASP in water decreased the oil removal efficiency. The introduction of flotation increased the production water from heavy oil removal efficiency by 50% when treating production water with ASP. The recommended solution for treating production water with ASP is flotation together with chemical treatment using 500 milligram or liter aluminum sulfate as coagulation. And further trials, the recommended to optimize the result, including different coagulants and temperature tests.
Okay, that's all from us. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye. Have a nice day.